Monitoring schedule. The purpose of monitoring the schedule is to identify the variances between planned and actual duration of activities. Here the project manager should ask the following questions. Is the project on track? Or how is the project performing according to the plans? Are there any delays in the start or completion of activities, and what are the causes for those delays? And how much time we have left in the project so that the project manager can make the required corrections to the schedule in case of delays. What the project manager does during this phase is to request progress status from team members on each activity they are responsible to complete. The team, based on the activity report, will update information on when an activity actually started and when it actually ended. With that information, the project manager will update the master schedule and identify any variances from the plans. The project manager will then need to analyze the causes for the variances and develop solutions to correct deviations from the plan, in particular with those activities that are critical for the project and are in the critical path. When each team member reports on the scheduled progress of the project activities they were assigned, they will report on the following: the actual start date of the activity, the actual end date of the activity, the actual duration of the activity, any changes in the resources that were assigned to the activity, and the completion status such as 100% or 50% completion. Here the chart, the blue bar, shows the planned duration of an activity with its start and its end date. The red bar shows the actual duration, start and end of the activity, and the status of the activity progress, showing now at 90%. You can see that this activity started late, lasted 5 more days, and as a consequence ended later than planned. This information can help the project manager assess the impact to the overall schedule and identify possible solutions. In the master schedule, the project manager will update information and will be able to visualize the changes using a Gantt chart. The information on the project schedule includes the name of activity with the WBS code, the progress on each activity, the bars showing the planned duration of an activity, in this case in blue, and the actual duration in orange. The red line shows the current date when the schedule is updated. You can also see the traffic lights, signals that can help identify those activities that are late in red, activities that are a little bit behind in yellow, and activities that were completed on time in green. The percentage column helps identify the progress on each activity and then compare it to the planned progress. For example, we can see that activity 1.5 has not started yet. It has a delay of 1 month, and some actions will need to be made in order to complete this activity on time. Another tool to help us monitor variances in the schedule comes from the earned value analysis. Here we see a chart showing the planned value in blue of a project expressed in cost and in time. Planned value follows an S-curve shape that reflects the work effort that occurs during the project life cycle. The project manager makes an analysis on month 6 of a 12-month-long project, and the planned value at this time is supposed to be 500,000. The red line shows the actual value, what has earned, what the project has completed, and it shows at 400,000. From this chart, we can see that the project is behind from what was actually planned. It has delivered less value than planned. The project, if it continues like this, will need more time to be completed. Here are some calculations to help you understand the concept of schedule variance. The SV, or schedule variance, is a measure of the schedule performance of a project. The formula says that the schedule variance equals earned value minus planned value. From the chart in the example, we get the following values. SV equals 400,000 minus 500,000 equals negative 100,000. That means that our project is behind the schedule. Schedule Performance Index is another measure of project efficiency. Schedule Performance Index equals earned value divided by planned value. From the chart in the example, we get the following values. SP equals 400,000 divided by 500,000 equals 0.8. That value is less than 1, which means that the project is behind schedule. The Schedule Performance Index is a measure that can be taken at various intervals during the life of the project. Here we see a chart with various points that show the SP values of the project from our example. Any value below 1 means that the project is behind schedule, late. Values above 1 means the project is ahead of the schedule or on time. In this example, we can see how the SP values have changed over the life of the project. This is a chart the project manager can use to track progress of the schedule performance over time, especially to track the results of any changes or modifications to help the project recover any lost time. There are many causes for variances in a schedule. Here are some of the most common. The original estimates were not accurate. Maybe the estimates were too optimistic. Changes in the scope that changes that only activity but not the time. Issues that delay the activity. Resources were limited as compared to what was required in the plans. Skills were limited or not adequate to what is needed in the project. External dependencies from other partners, organizations, or projects. Lack of funds. Maybe an activity was delayed because the time to transfer the funds was longer. Red tape. The bureaucracy and processes that are too complex and require more time than what was actually estimated. It's important to identify the root causes for the delay in order to provide the correct solution and get the project back on track.